Hello, dear friends. This is TV project Conversations about the Eternal with Natalia Vladimirovna Rodina. Natalia Vladimirovna Rodina is a psychologist, researcher of abnormal states of consciousness, parapsychologist, academician of technological science of Ukraine, head of the Personality Development Center at the Academy. For many years, Natalia Rodina has been studying human consciousness, the anomalies of its manifestations in our difficult times. In the International Personality Development Center, founded by Natalia Rodina 13 years ago, students from 45 countries of the world undergo training, spiritual and personal development. Natalia Rodina is forming a new global planetary community of highly spiritual people. The unique knowledge and methods that Natalia Rodina's students receive are especially important for the happiness and health of people, the development of their true nature and capabilities. Hello, Natalia Vladimirovna. Hello. There is so much talk in the world today about the new community of people. Some are already in such a community and they feel differently, think differently, try not to be afraid, they try very hard, it does not always work out, but they try. These are people in development. And there are people who are waiting for those who will come and bring something new and save those who have not yet reached the heights of their development. Natalia Vladimirovna, is the new community that includes students studying with you? Is it really a new generation of people, a new race of people on the planet? Yes, that's exactly what I would say. In any case, we are leading our direction in such a way that a person can live in the new world. What does it mean in the new world? You need to become different. You need to change your attitude toward the world. It is necessary to stop serving the law of separation, dividing people into strangers, our own, some wrong ones, enemies, etc. We try to unite peoples, unite them in their minds and souls, so that people from different countries communicating with each other feel united in everything. Highly developed, morally stable, strong, pure and conscious people. And I can say that our students, having come to us, become exactly like that. One of my students, having completed certain levels of training, attended courses, and then asked me, Natalia Vladimirovna, does it mean that we need to change our character? I said, well, yes, Svetlana, you need to change your character. You need to learn to be kind, sympathetic, merciful. You need to learn to love and not separate each other. And you know, indeed, people's lives change immediately. When they change their inner state to the world around them changes. This is wonderful. You know, it inspires me so much when I see my students and such communities, so many people, people who have already changed. You will not meet such people in the world. They become so. They are born again with us. This is wonderful. This is the light of this world, I would say so. These are conscious, pure, very kind people who will share the last piece of bread. What could be more valuable than this? What could be higher? I would say that this is a society without borders, without those harsh conditions that people sometimes invent for themselves. These people live in different countries, there are huge distances, thousands of kilometers between these people, but nevertheless they are one. This community does not build such fences behind which a person hides from everyone, wanting everything only for himself and more. Let's talk about it, Natalia Vladimirovna. Yes, you know, they live in different countries, but they are one community, and we want them to be engaged in development in their countries, so that they would involve people and help others, and serve as a personal example to other people, so that there would be more and more such people in these countries. We are working on it, we are doing everything for this. And probably this broadcast also has such a goal that people unite and create such spiritual structures spiritual cells of developed, spiritual, strong, stable, and kind people. Natalia Vladimirovna, today a lot is being said openly. Thousands of people are interested in this process, the creation of an eco-village. There is such information that the world will be really radically divided, as if, figuratively speaking, it will break, and such territory will be created, prepared, where people will be able to come, fly in general, somehow get there and live differently. So let's look at it from your perspective as a scientist. Who will create such territory? Who can go there? What is an eco-village? And in general, is it really already in the process of creation on the subtle plane? It is in the process of creation. On the subtle plane, it already exists. If it is on the subtle plane, then it will be in the physical space as well. But there are many disadvantages that people do not think about. And I can tell you that here in our community, talking about and directing our society so that people do not go into some kind of dungeons, returning to their ancestors, returning to the Stone Age. No, this is not evolution. This is a complete degradation, a return to the ancestors. It is necessary for developed, conscious, morally stable, strong, sturdy people in their cities, in their locality, to create such developed cells, and by their own example show other people how to live, what it means to be spiritual, how healthy and successful you can be, and a prosperous and rich and happy and loving person. We need to show this to people, and not to be with such a position. I have it, I can do it, I will go to taiga, dig myself a dugout, and I will collect spruce or cedar cones and eat these cones. This is absurd. This is a complete degradation. This is not development. On the contrary, it is necessary to introduce such societies in our modern world, in our everyday social life. And when you enter the store, smile, wishing good, mercy, not to curse, not to hate, but rather show your spirituality from your own experience. Therefore, we are building a new world where our students live. They are the firstborn of this new direction. And through their own experience, they show people what it means to be a spiritually developed person. Spiritual development is not the hardening of a person and limiting him to some kind of framework. I would ask you, Natalia Vladimirovna, to talk more about this now, because some people have an illusion that if you are in spiritual development, this puts you in certain conditions. For example, they believe that you cannot do something, something is forbidden to you. By whom is it forbidden? Why can't you do something? And what gives spiritual development? This is not a retrogression, it is, on the contrary, progress. Let's talk about it. Yes, my friends, this is how many people think that it means that you have to be a closed or pinched person, pray over the food, spit over your left shoulder, notice if a black cat crosses your path, or a woman with an empty bucket doesn't cross your path. All this, you know, is called by such a word superstition. You can't even call these states differently. But in fact, this is fanaticism. This is a fanatical fear and lack of knowledge and understanding of spirituality. This is absolutely no development. The development gives freedom, self-confidence, calmness and confidence in the future, peace in yourself, and the confidence that nothing will happen to you. Even if there is a war, even if there is some kind of catastrophe, you know that you will be where you need to be, and you and your family will be saved. You know, this confidence is based on trust in the Creator. When a person trusts the Creator and corresponds to Him, compliance is also important here. He will confidently know that nothing will happen to him. How will he know this? He will prove it to himself. Living day after day, evolving, you will see that something has happened to someone, but in his life there is only peace and quiet and grace. And he does not worry that something bad might happen to him, that he might not have something. That is, a person who is confident in his inner state will be confident and happy in life. It needs to be understood that spiritual development is not limited in any way. It is freedom in all aspects of human life. This is pure love, open and pure. This is the birth of children. This is the accomplishments of your goals, tasks, building houses, buying something, traveling, discovering new experiences, new opportunities in yourself. This is a process of wonderful changes. What could be higher? What could be better than this, friends? The changes that take place in your life give you pleasure and happiness. This is freedom. Freedom is in you and lies within you. It is your inner state. Thousands of people want this freedom, this inner state of lightness. Millions of people on the planet today, visiting temples, churches, communicating with the Creator in private. These are people who want peace, and not only for themselves, but for the world. It seems to me that the Creator has never heard so many requests as at this time. So many prayers rise up into the heavenly space. Most people ask, fewer people give thanks. Natalia Vladimirovna, can every person on the planet be happy? And the one who asks God, and the one who doesn't ask, but somehow believes in his own way, and the one who does not believe, is happiness destined for everyone? And what is the secret of the concept of happiness? After all, it's different for everyone. Yes, everyone has their own happiness, but you know, any happiness is, first of all, the state of a person's soul. These are feelings, states that he feels inside himself. And I can say that every person has exactly what and exactly as much as he deserves. Everything in life has to be earned. Sometimes people say to me and ask, but why is it so? I pray, I ask, why does the Creator not hear my prayers? Why doesn't He answer me? Why doesn't He give me what I ask for? I don't ask for bad things, I only want good things. You see, friends, the Creator hears all your requests and prayers, and long ago already gave you everything. You just cannot take it. For example, they ask the Creator, give me a lot of money. When a person does not want to go to work, and he is ashamed of any work, he treats himself very carefully, and his laziness. So once again he will not bend down, he will not stay at work. Once again he will not do what could be done and earn this money. But he asks, that is, it is necessary to correspond to the happiness that you ask for. Many people say that they need a lot of money. Well, I sometimes say, just imagine that now you have $1 million. And the man says, oh my God, so much money. What does this suggest? That a person is afraid of money. How can he have money if he is afraid of it? He can only have waste, and only a beggarly state. My friends, everything in life must be earned. The Creator hears your prayers and grants you everything, even before you ask Him. Many of you simply do not know how to take it, and a lot of people don't even correspond to it. They want wealth, but they don't want to help someone else in wealth. Many go aside. And if a person is not able to help another person, how can he have wealth? After all, nothing can be taken without first giving. We always talk about it. How many times have we talked about this, and people still don't understand it? They are so accustomed to greed, to stinginess, and to a beggarly state. They cannot cross this threshold of a rich life. To be rich, one must be God within. The human eye only sees what it sees. Spiritual people have opened spiritual sight. These people understand more. And yet, there are thousands of processes, even millions of processes that take place on the subtle plane. You see it, you know it. Natalia Vladimirovna, please tell us how ready people are today for the fact that whatever happens in their life, it will be organized from above. It means a person deserved it or allowed it. How to figure it out? Where is this fine line of it? After all, everyone deserves to be happy. Well, yes and no. Only the one who brings happiness to others, who helps other people to achieve this state, deserves happiness. Such people deserve happiness. After all, what we give to others is what we actually get for ourselves. Therefore, to deserve happiness means to correspond to this state. You just need to become a different person. But for many people, it is so difficult. It is so difficult to be kind, open, and merciful that many are often even afraid to be like that. Many even know that it is needed, that yes, Rodina is right, but how to do it? I am afraid. If I am kind, I'll give everything away. What's left for me? That is, a person having a feeling of fear and looking at life under the prism of fear is afraid to be kind. And many are even ashamed to be kind. But this is the key to success, to be a kind, merciful, compassionate person, and again, fearless. After all, my friends, look, your thoughts, your ethereal, astral energy creates the reality of your life, first on a subtle plane. And everything that happened on the subtle plane will certainly be embodied in the material space. And if a person is pure on the subtle plane, he is kind, cheerful, optimistic, benevolent. This indicates that it will be so in his life. And if a person is evil, dissatisfied, picky, envious, greedy, naturally he does not deserve happiness, although he will really want it. Many people now note that the thought has become instantaneously realized. Your students are especially careful with their thoughts, those who already know and understand a lot. You often say this phrase, think what you think. Natalia Vladimirovna, quantum transition contributes to this, and how can people who still understand little in spiritual development about their nature and capabilities, how can they stop these thoughts which are mostly disturbing, scary? After all, the information war, let's be frank, affects people. How to stop? You need to develop. You need to master the knowledge, methods, and ways to manage yourself, first of all, your thoughts. If a person has mastered them, he will know how, and he will do it for himself because he sees how his thoughts are destructive to him. For example, many people envying others do not really understand that they harm themselves. After all, when a person feels envy, he becomes aggressive, he destroys himself. The cells inside his body die in tons. Dead cells create reduced immunity. When immunity has decreased, viruses, bacteria, infections that live in the body are immediately activated and the person becomes ill. So he envied, got angry at his neighbor and his beautiful house, for example. He himself fell ill after that. It would seem, why? On the contrary, you need to rejoice in the victories of other people. Having rejoiced at the achievements of other people, you will create the necessary vibrations in yourself, and these vibrations will attract to you the success, luck, prosperity that your neighbor has. This is how it should be. You need to rejoice in achievements of other people and not envy. Envy is a poison with which you poison your life and your souls. Listening to you, I am sure that many people think, so you need to work on yourself all the time. It is every second that you need to be aware of what you feel, why you feel it, how you think it, what will then be the responsibility for all these processes of your thoughts and emotions. This then builds our reality, right, Natalia Vladimirovna? Yes, Dina Leonidovna, it's exactly so. And yes, many are simply lazy and simply do not want to work on themselves, but the quantum transition has come, about which a lot has been written, a lot, and all these changes have long been foreseen, predicted by many sources, And what is happening now on the planet gives every living person an opportunity to think about life, take responsibility for their lives, and start working on themselves. There is no other way, my friends. There are no other options. If you want to be successful, happy, prosperous, healthy, and not get sick with fashionable, as you say, diseases, you need to internally correspond to prosperity, a sound understanding of life. Then you also will be healthy. I would say this. The present time is testing every person, and it is manifesting in him who a person really is. A deceitful, envious, selfish person gets sick and may even die. A creative person, even if he catches a little cold and gets sick, he quickly recovers. That is, everyone is now given exactly what everyone deserves. Hear these words now. And if something happens in your life that you don't like, with which you don't agree, don't look for the guilty around. Look inside yourself. Ask yourself the question, what am I doing wrong in my life? Why am I given this situation? Where and with whom did I make a mistake, and what? How can I change this within myself so that the situation itself comes to a different outcome and is resolved? Think about these words. Do not look for the guilty. You get exactly what you deserve. Natalia Vladimirovna, many people are now thinking not only about themselves, but more globally, about the city in which they live, about the country, what awaits the world as a whole, how to set yourself up for those who are watching our program now, and they watch us in different countries of the world, how to set yourself up for a wave of positivity, how to assure yourself that everything that happens is necessary for this planet, because in this state in which people live now, this planet can no longer exist. Yes, changes are coming, they are already happening, and even soothsayers like Nostradamus are no longer needed. That is, everything has already been foreseen and predicted, and now humanity is simply going through these stages. But how to survive these stages correctly? What needs to be done to overcome these difficulties and hardships? My friends, give yourself the word to take care of your life, take care of yourself, your inner state. Discover the possibilities of the higher mind in yourself, and having discovered them, apply these possibilities in your social, everyday life. This is the only way out. And everything that happens, you can say it's still happening. Yes, it happens and will happen. Just accept everything that happens as necessary and for granted, as I do. There are many things that do not suit me either, and I would not like everything to be the way it is on this planet. But I accept. I understand that people who are unconscious, undeveloped, envious, greedy, need these hardships. They, having suffered, must realize their vices. They themselves must decide to change. And through pain, suffering, this is what happens in their lives. They change and begin to look at this world and this life differently. People don't want to change differently. How many years have already passed? For 13 years we have been working. How many programs? More than 1,500 programs have been recorded, and live streamings, and there are many videos in the YouTube channel, many lectures, conferences. Such huge, large-scale work has been done. So what? Many people listened and remained in their opinion. Therefore, they themselves created everything that they created, with their unwillingness to work on themselves, their unwillingness to bring light, goodness, and mercy to other people. Look at the aggressiveness everywhere. Do you think that I am pleased that I see such aggressiveness everywhere? But it does not concern me, because I have not it in me. If I don't have it, then I don't deal with it. But I see it there, further, among those people who themselves are in an aggressive state. But you know, I am grateful for this time. When we go somewhere, we rarely go to public places, but when we communicate with other people, I recently noticed and even said to my spouse, you know, all the people with whom we met for 5 minutes remain our friends. They are our friends. They are so responsive. We then say goodbye, not knowing each other's names, but we remain friends. People want this love so much. They want warmth, cordiality, openness, frankness so much. They want purity so much that they just stick to us. And they are in such a surprise. How is it? Everyone is so angry, but you came so kind and good. People are so lacking in kindness. Can you imagine what humanity has brought this planet to? People are responsible for what is happening. Their aggression, anger, hatred created what is happening now. People, change yourself. And life will change around you because inside each of you there is something pure, higher, creative that could manifest itself. You only need to open the door of your soul. You need to radiate love and compassion for other people. Even if someone responded to you with his anger and indignation, do not judge him, understand him. What is inside him that makes him so embittered? Apparently suffering, pain, illness, disappointment in life, and maybe he does not even know what to do to get rid of it. Give him a helping hand. Show him your mercy. Smile and say, "How good you are. Everything will be all right."